Hello you guys down here, and what a lovely day it is because this is my review for Mad Max Fury Road.
As the world fell, each of us in our own way was broken. It was hard to know who was more crazy, me or everyone else.
Though determined to wander the post-apocalyptic wasteland alone, Max joins Furiosa, a fugitive imperator, and our female companions are all trying to escape a savage warlord. Let me start by saying this. Mad Max Fury Road is now officially one of my favourite films of all time, and I think it's the action film of this decade. The Road Warrior was the best installment in the franchise before Fury Road came along and just topped it. Mad Max Fury Road is a beautifully grotesque, exhilarating visual masterpiece. It succeeds in almost every aspect. For instance, the characters. Max is one of my favourite characters of all time. I think it's the fact that he doesn't say that many lines, but he brings this natural charisma, whether it be Mel Gibson or now Tom Hardy, who brings this natural charisma that just makes you love the character, and it's through the expressions that he shows on his face and how badass he is in general. And that's one thing I love about the character. He's not too badass. He's not like a superhero. He does get beat, but because of how he handles weaponry and how he does hand-to-hand combat, it keeps him as this charismatic badass. But as I said, he does get beat. And then there's Furiosa. If they do end up making another Mad Max film and she's in it, and she's kicking as much ass in it as she did in this film, then she could be one of, if not the biggest heroines of all time. And I'm not kidding when I say that, because there's a point where she's fighting Max and she almost kills him. But she also brilliantly played a broken character. So a character that has been taken away when she was younger by this slave lord or whatever, and turned into a soldier. And in this film she wants to get vengeance. I think Nicholas Hoult as Nux was great. He was able to show this insane side to himself, and then able to show defeat whenever things happen, which I can't spoil. And part of his and the rest of his Savage group's craziness was for the belief of this, I don't know, Valhalla or something like that. I think that's how you said, I don't know. And they basically hold driving wheels with a logo, like a skull logo, and chanting everything, and before they die they get some spray and spray their mouth with it, and then they believe that they die but they'll live again. It's crazy. And talking about crazy, that leads me into the action. The action is insane, and by insane I mean insanely good. It's phenomenal. It's something that I haven't seen done before in such a brilliant way. Most of the action sequences in the film aren't CGI. George Miller did it with the originals, but he upped his game with the action 100% with this film. Massive custom made trucks just blowing up, people standing on poles attached to vehicles as they sway sideways, and then this crazy guy playing an electric guitar while all the action's happening with speakers in the background, and he's playing it with fire coming out of the guitar. With all the craziness that was happening in this film, it made sense to me, because George Miller cleverly created this post-apocalyptic world that makes you feel like if this did happen, maybe this would happen. And that's also something that action these days is missing: stakes. Whenever you watch someone in an action film, the hero always succeeds, and in this film there's stakes. There's this big tanker, and they're driving it through the desert the whole time, but every time they encounter anyone, you think there could be casualties. But honestly, I can't express how much I love the action in this film. It just blew me away with the explosions and the hand-to-hand combat, and all the, like I said before, the weaponry, everyone shooting different guys out of different vehicles and throwing spears into these vehicles, causing them to blow up. It was absolutely outstanding. And now I have to mention the visuals, and by that I'm not just talking about all the explosions and the cars and everything. I'm talking about, for one thing, the colours they use for day and night is beautiful. In the day they have this very orange and yellow look to it. That makes a lot of sense because they're in the desert, but at night it's very blue, and that is brilliant. And it wasn't just black and you see all the stars in the sky and everything. It was blue. It was a really beautiful blue. In an interview, Tom Hardy said that every single shot is like a photograph. You take it out and it's beautiful. And that is exactly what this film is. George Miller and the designers paid a lot of attention to the design of these characters and the design of the landscape and the vehicles. The score for this film is phenomenal, with the action sequences playing and you've got this music in the background. It's so lively and energetic, and it makes you feel like the music is from the film, because you get this guitarist in the background just playing like a crazy person with the speakers and everything. And then sometimes they'll use dramatic music, and it's just phenomenal. They place it in such a way they're able to weave all the music from action to drama and being able to make it so clear and it flows. So now I'm going to give this film my rating out of 10. It is in my top 20 action films of all time. I know that's a really big thing, but I think it's somewhere in there because it's a phenomenal film, and that's why I'm going to give it a 9.9 out of 10. I know the extra point, the reasoning for that is because in a way some part of me wanted to see more of Furiosa's backstory. I wanted to see a little more of how she became this commander, but at the same time I think the timing of this film, I think it's 2 hours on the dot. It's a brilliant amount for this film. I wouldn't want to cut out anything for the film, and I wouldn't want to add anything. So in a way, I feel like adding more of character development could compromise the quality of the film. So in a way, I'm fine with it, but at the same time, maybe, just maybe a minute of just extra explanation to their character would have been a little cool to see. But point is, this is an almost perfect film to me, and I am so happy I've seen it. So if you haven't seen this film, go watch it. Go to theaters. Don't wait. Don't watch it on some streaming service for free. Don't bootleg it in any way. Please go to a theater and spend your money on it. Help them make more money so that they will make another one. They're planning to make a trilogy if this does well. So please do this. It's a phenomenal film. Clearly most critics and audience love this film and most likely would love to see a sequel. So if you've seen Mad Max Fury Road, tell me what you thought of it in the comment section below. Tell me what you thought of my review in the comment section below. Hit the like button, tells me you enjoyed the video, and subscribe because it makes me feel good and makes me want to do more videos. So hopefully you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you later, movie fans.